Here we are at the kegerator. We're going to do, this is going to be a tale of two glasses here. I have this type of glass that I got off of Amazon. I am suspicious this is not a great glass. You may see a little bit of water in the bottom there. I tried it, washed and rinsed and dried with a lint-free towel. Didn't behave any differently, so I'm trying, or it didn't behave well, so I'm trying it with just a rinse and no dry on the inside. And I'm going to try one of these glasses, a little bit higher quality glass, and show you the difference. But anyway, the gist here is with the nitro, I think I am way over carbonated here, or the pressure is too high, so I may have to adjust that, but we'll just do it. I can make all the excuses in the world and all day long, but at the end of the day, let's just pour some beer. Okay, do that. Okay, wow, that's pretty full. And I'll have to hold it up so you can see the cascading effect, which is very cool. So the nitro, it's nice. I've never had nitro before, so I'm learning as I go, which is part of the reason I just wanted to film, warts and all, what's going on with my pour here. But you can see that in this glass, there's a lot of bubbles on the side, and I normally don't have that problem. So the Dirty Glass Mafia will have my head, but I swear this is a clean glass. But anyway, cool cascading action, lovely color, nice tan, marred by the appearance that the glass is dirty. So I'm going to set this one down for a second and let it cascade itself a little bit longer while I try this other glass, which I think will work better. For whatever reason, and I don't know that it's supposed to fill up that much with foam. I think I've got too much going on, but that's kind of why I wanted to show this, get some feedback. But yeah, you can see there's none of that nucleation going on the side of this glass. So I think those glasses I got are just cheap or something. They were not expensive, but I didn't think they'd be crappy quality to the point where they'd cause actual issues. So that's kind of a bummer. I'll get that one. Lesson learned. I ordered some Pilsner glasses for my Prohibition lager to go in, and ordered nicer ones from Crate and Barrel, so those should work better. But anyway, we'll stick with the correct glass shape. See if I can get some of those. Yeah, even if you do the bang the glass trick, it doesn't really work. So I will put a link to these glasses and maybe suggest you don't buy these because they are just behaving very strangely. And anyway, then after you do that, this stout faucet, then you can push back on it, kind of top it off, and it's taking quite a while to settle. So you can see I got a lot of, I think I just have too much foam, basically, but overall, you know, it could have gone worse. And I guess we'll take this particular pint and sit it down, do a tasting. Cheers and welcome to Irondale Brewing. Been a while, good to be back. We're here to talk about the Dry Irish Stout I brewed about a month ago. Sorry, I'm just fascinated by these huge bubbles on the top there. You might have seen as I was getting started, there's still a little bit of cascading action going on from the pouring. I'll talk about the beer first. I'm hung up on the nitro thing and not understanding what I'm doing here. So I would love people's input on that when I get into that in a second. But let's talk about the beer. Pretty standard Dry Irish Stout recipe. I did about 68% Maris Otter, 22% flaked barley, and 10% roasted barley, if I remember right. And if that math adds up, 79, yeah, I think that's right, 70, yeah. And the flavor is fantastic. The mouthfeel on the nitro is out of this world great. It is super smooth. The color, I'm pretty happy with. It's pretty dark. I'll do some close-ups and maybe even shine a flashlight through there. If you put a light on it, I don't think you'll be able to see this on the camera without a close-up. But if you shine a light on it, you can see it's a little bit reddish. Like in this glass, I can see a little bit red at the bottom. I don't know how well I can see it in this glass. Yeah, not so much in this glass. This glass is one of the things I want to talk about. But overall, fantastic recipe. It's super simple. Like I said, I think in the Brew Day video, if you want to just start with all grain, I'm not sure why you wouldn't start with a stout. It's very forgiving. It's easy to do, other than you got to pay attention a little bit to the flaked barley. Just make sure you don't get that. It's a little gummy. Just give that time to kind of loosen up as you're doing your brewing. And it, like I said, it's a forgiving recipe, and it comes out, I don't know how you could really screw this up. It comes out tasting just absolutely fantastic. Just the aroma on this is just nice and roasty, coffee, that classic stout scent or aroma. Like I said, the color on this is very dark. It's probably a little bit too dark, honestly, but I don't hate it. It's pretty nice. It's nicer in this glass because this glass has issues. But yeah, I'm really happy with it, and the flavor is pretty out of this world. Yeah, that's fantastic, and you can drink a lot of that very easily. It's so smooth on the nitro going down. The mouth feels nice and full and creamy. If there's one thing I'd change, this came out just a little bit more astringent with the roasted barley than probably I'd prefer. I'd like to maybe just mellow that out a little bit. I don't know if I would go so far as to cold steep the roasted barley, but I may try that next time and see how I like it. Because you want a little, in this type of beer, you do want a little bit of that bite of the bitterness from the dark roasted malts. But it's just, and I'm being super nitpicky here. This beer is great, but I think that's the one thing I'd probably change. But yeah, that, wow, great beer. So a couple things I wanted to talk about. One is this glass. For some reason, no matter how many times I've washed this glass, I've tried it by washing it, drying it with a lint-free towel, washing it, leaving and rinsing it, and leaving a little bit of water in here instead of drying it completely before pouring. It still has these nucleation bubbles on the side, whereas this glass does not. And I think these glasses maybe are just a little bit weird. So I think I will get better glasses. But and then the other thing I would like to change about this beer is, I mean, even in the time since I sat down here, you can see the head has just totally gone away. It's not totally gone. I'll get some shots to incorporate in here from the top. There's like a little bit of, froth on the top, but I would like it to hang around longer, and I don't know what I can do to improve that. I don't think that aspect of things has anything to do with the glasses because they're even, same behavior between the two. But yeah, I think I'll keep this video pretty short to try and get back in the swing of things. Got a lot of other stuff coming up. I've got a pre-prohibition lager in the fermentation chamber. It's got about another, lagers are slow, about another week another 3 days till I cold crash, and then I'm going to cold crash for almost a week, and I'll have a lot to say about that one. I think I'm just going to wait and do a whole grain to glass on that one. And in the meantime, I'll also talk about, I fell victim to the $49 pinter offer. So I got one of those. I'll do an unboxing, talk about kind of why I got it, or why I talked myself into getting it, and hopefully it'll pan out. We'll try some things with that. I still need to do a video on the competition results that I got back from November on my Amber Ale. And yeah, a bunch of other stuff. I got canning coming up, some more, probably talk about tech with the automation stuff I did on the pre-prohibition lager fermentation. So I don't know, a lot going on in my head. I'm probably talking 100 miles an hour. But yeah, I will get some shots of this beer. Definitely make a stout. If you like stouts at all, just go for it. It is such a great beer to make. It's easy to do, even if you're new to all grain. It's very forgiving, and especially if you can put it on nitro. This keg is not going to last long. It is just fabulous. I think stat-wise it came out, I got higher efficiency than I was guessing on this one, so I think it came out to about 4.7% instead of 4.3, but that's still, that's a relatively mild beer in terms of the ABV, and man, that goes down smooth and easy. So cheers again. Think we'll just wrap it up there. Sorry, this is a little bit discombobulated. Get back in the swing of things, and thanks for watching, and go have yourself a stout. Cheers. we'll get some close-up footage of the stout. And I know I'm hung up on this, but that is really annoying, the bubbles on the side of this glass. It just will not go away. I mean, kind of. It's really bang on it. But anyway, I'm not super happy with that glass. Head retention-wise, let me see how best to do this. I think probably what I should do, this is going to be annoying. I apologize in advance. I'm just going to pick the whole thing up and tip it down. So you can see this is kind of what it looks like after it's been sitting for a minute. Not my favorite. You know, I don't know that there's anything. I don't know. I guess I'd be interested in how people get better head retention on a stout, and it could just be the nitro's out of whack. I didn't talk about this, but basically I carbonated it at 4 or 5 days at 11 psi because that's my normal serving temperature, and I do not currently have an easy way to carb beers at different pressures across my kegs. It is on my list of things to upgrade, but it's not there yet. So 5 days at 11 psi, and then I put it on beer gas 70-30 for a week at 30 psi. I have since dialed it down to 25 and kind of tried to, reduce the pressure. I didn't go as far as Matt from Wrecked Brewery. I always get that wrong. It is Wrecked Brewery. I apologize, Matt. He has a video I'll link to that where you basically force CO2 through the beer to kind of off-gas the beer. I didn't go as far as that. I just have reduced the pressure and released the pressure on the keg several times. And it helped a little bit, but it's still pretty aggressive when I pour. But anyway, I don't want to get too hung up on that. I do want to show kind of color-wise. Maybe get this little flashlight here. If I can do this well. I think you can do it up through the bottom. So you can see it's pretty darn dark. There's a little bit of kind of reddish brown going on the edges there, but if you just look at this beer, it's pretty dark. I don't know that I like how dark it is. I would like it to be just a little bit lighter, a little bit more red. Now that I'm standing back from it in this light, it doesn't look too terrible. Maybe get a shot through. Sorry, this is super weird. I'm doing some weird shooting today, but this glass will show it any better. Not really. Anyway, it's pretty dark. So that's, I think, another thing I would change. I would like the color just to be a little bit more red, a little bit less just jet black. But I'm probably being super nitpicky. And like I said, the flavor is fantastic. Mouthfeel on the nitro is great. I would just, like to improve the head retention. I think probably I need to carbonate it lower on the CO2 before putting it on the beer gas, maybe 5 to 8 psi or something like that. So that's probably something that would help. But basically, I just want people's feedback because I don't know anything about nitro, and I got some input from various places and read stuff and ended up doing it not in an ideal way anyway. But anything anybody has to say about getting beer gas working a little bit better, I'd appreciate it. But the end result, other than me griping about the head retention, is fantastic. Mouthfeel is exactly what I wanted. Super creamy. Just got a little bit of fizz to it, but not much, and it is smooth going down for sure. So anyway, I'm very happy with it.